The comments that we got were Big Bed this, Looney Tunes that, and I'm like, oh my God, great job, well done.
He was thrilled.
You know, I was thrilled.
Hi, I'm Lisa Rinna.
Hi, I'm Danyul Brown.
And today we're gonna go behind the looks with Who, What, Where. We met in New York.
New York City
At the...
It was in Columbus Circle.
Mandarin Oriental.
Yes.
And we met for a drink, but really quick because I only had like...
Oh, it was like 10 minutes.
A super short amount of time because I was already there for Fashion Week.
You were doing Fashion Week,
and I was already doing it, and then we met, and it was like the heavens like exploded.
I remember I said something to her like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna start from scratch. And she said something to me like, I would make a trash bag look couture, honey. And
Did
I was like,
Did I really?
I
Wow.
was like,
ballsy.
And it
Cunty.
went from there.
That was
It went
really
from there.
cunty then, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I loved it. And I was just like, this is the dream client. Wow.
Okay, so Richard Quinn.
This was our very dear
for
Richard
Paper
Quinn.
magazine party.
So we shot an incredible Paper magazine shoot with our dear friend Justin, the editor-in-chief of Paper. And we were throwing this exhibition for the shoot. So the exhibition very nearly never happened, and we made it happen.
We sure did.
And
You did, really.
I didn't sleep until it happened. But we used Richard Quinn in the shoot, and we wanted to celebrate one of the designers that we had shot and worn in the shoot. And so Richard loves Lisa, Lisa loves Richard.
And I had been to his show in London, so I loved it so much. I remember this coming down the runway.
Yeah, we flew it in from London, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
This was a moment.
This was really quite a moment. And I'm in the pouring rain right there, by the way.
Right.
Pouring rain.
Pouring rain.
No tent, no umbrella.
No. This was the 2023 British Fashion Awards, and she attended with a designer called Chet Lowe, who is an incredible designer that was nominated that night.
Yes.
And you had fun.
I had such a good time. And my daughter was there. My youngest daughter was also going with another designer, so which makes it even that much more fun. And Chet Lowe designed this dress, and we were looking at
custom.
At drawings before, and we had really no idea, but I was again game. I mean, why not?
Yeah, we went with a punk rock look. You know, Chet Lowe's aesthetic is, you know, all of these incredible spikes that he does through knitwear, and so with it being black and with it being spikes, we incorporated that into the hair and makeup as well, and she had a moment. This was the first fashion week after starting to work together.
Yes, and this was the Harper's Bazaar France, which
launch
they were
party.
just relaunching.
Yeah.
And the assistant
Mugler
or
team
the
came,
Mugler team came to put me in that dress with those
There was another
gloves.
look. I can't remember what the other look was, but I remember being on FaceTime to you at like 3 a.m.
And you were like, no, we're the other one. Or there was some drama around this.
Yeah, but we ended up with this one, and I'm glad because that is hot. That's one of my favorite ones we've done.
It was fabulous.
This is archive Mugler, so that was a moment.
That was a moment.
Yeah.
I love that. Loved that look.
Wow.
The Gautier.
I loved this look.
I loved this too because it was really classic Gautier.
Yeah, this was the Gautier show in the Haute Couture week.
It was the Couture week, yeah. And this was another moment of me going, because I go to the fashion houses for the fittings, and Daniel's not there, so he's up in the middle of the night, and I have the fittings with the teams.
Right. But I mean, also as well, because the fashion houses love her so much, we also always have the best looks on the rack anyway.
We do have good choices.
And so
I know you don't.
there's confidence always that everything's gonna look good on her anyway. So this was a good moment. It was chic,
It was chic, and I remember you saying do fishnets.
Do fishnets.
And we found those shoes at the last minute. I mean, it's always like, there's always a little moment of something that happens. And you said, let's add the red gloves, because we tried it on with black gloves.
Yeah, didn't work. This was great.
This was cute. I liked it. It was flirty and fun.
Yeah.
Richard.
This is my favorite look ever. This is honestly the favorite one.
I don't think you could believe I was actually going to put that on and do it.
No, and you know what about this look is that, especially as a stylist in my aesthetic with what I do, I never like to be that stylist the next day on Instagram where people scroll and forget about it. I always like to be the stylist where they scroll back up and they're like, do I love or hate that? And so we knew we were gonna get heat for this, but I knew that it was gonna be a moment.
Yeah.
And the moments and the shock factor in everything that we've done is what's propelled us into this space that we're in right now.
It's really true.
And so although it's very humorous, it's very fashion, it's very couture, and I think, you know, in terms of building characters with my clients, and especially Lisa, every single outfit is a different character, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a literal character, but it's something that shocks people, and this was one, I think, out of everything we've done, where people were like, what the fuck is that? Like, but it created a movement, and it was insane. It's Richard Quinn, and it was for Paper Magazine.
And I had so much fun doing it with that thing over my face.
Yeah, like I want to see people dressed as this for Halloween, you know?
Me too, and you know what's so ironic? I'd been to the show in London, and they had sent me 2 of these looks. And it's like,
Oh, I remember, and you said you couldn't get it on.
It's foam.
Yeah,
and
it's
I didn't
foam.
have anybody there to dress me, and I literally went, oh my God, there's no possible way. And you couldn't sit at a fashion show in that. There's no way.
Imagine.
I couldn't even put it on by myself. So I remember calling my friend who was going to the show, and I showed it to him, and I said, I can't put this on. He goes, hold on a minute. He called Richard Quinn's office, and they ended up sending me that coat, that floral coat.
That was also gorgeous.
It was fabulous, but I couldn't have gotten that on. I couldn't even have gotten it on with people in the room.
I would sleep in that if I could. So this was Givenchy for Numéro magazine. We did the cover of Numéro Netherlands, and it was shot by Dana Tripp, who I love, and I wanted you to work
I love
with.
her.
For
That was so fun.
Oh my God, it was the best.
Yeah.
We did 13 looks that day. And
Which is half impossible.
with
impossible.
wigs. I was determined. Every look had a different wig. Again, this is about building a character, and it was like Daphne off Scooby-Doo, you know? We wanted to just jump into character.
We had so
we
much fun.
wanted to be, you know, as editorial as we can. And I think with Lisa especially,
I'm game.
You're game, and I think more game
Game.
in editorials, because we can decide not to use the image if we don't like it that much. But I think trying things with you in shoots leads to a clearer and more open mind when we try things in fittings. It's like, we know that's gonna work, so let's do it again.
Yeah.
But I love this look.
I do too.
Oh,
Another Richard Quinn.
there's actually a funny story behind this. This was the evening after the British Fashion Awards.
That I was in the rain, standing
the
there.
pouring rain, but we had this amazing look from Richard Quinn.
And
to
I was going to
wear.
go to the after party,
Yeah.
but then I said, I don't want to go to the
Yeah,
after
and
party.
I said, well, we still got to take pictures in the look. Like, we can't not wear this look. We ran up to your room.
I pulled my wig off.
She pulled her wig off.
I slicked my own hair back like
Slicked her own, and we went down to the hotel lobby
And shot those.
And shot those on my iPhone on the staircase. And it was like 1 a.m. in the morning, and we were in the elevator with a camera.
And by the way, so was everybody else.
Yeah.
The top models,
Yes.
some of the biggest girls in the world are in the elevator shooting shots.
Yeah.
It was fun.
But we had to get this shot look.
The dress was so good, and it's feathers. You have to look closely.
Feathers.
It's feathers laying on each other. It's
beautiful
dress.
We shot a similar look, but it was a jumpsuit, and again, it had the high neck, and it was for Paper Magazine, and it was in pink, and it was feathers as well with polka dots.
I just love his work. Is so brilliant. We had to shoot
This is so funny, and the shoes are Jimmy Choo, but this moment was hilarious to me because it was 1 a.m. I had been out since like 7 a.m. waiting for you in the lobby
And I'm
to get
really
back.
sopping wet. I hadn't even touched my makeup
soaking.
off.
And
I
thought-
just took the wig off.
I thought you were going to stay in glam. I'm getting her changed. I think I was steaming the dress, and the wig out the corner of my eye just got ripped. I'm like, okay, let's
we
go.
had to do a different look. We couldn't do the wig
Yeah.
again.
Oh my God. But this was a big moment.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
This was for the cover of Numéro Netherlands, and it's Victor
And we
and
wanted
Rolf.
it to be the cover.
Yeah, we wanted
really
it.
did.
This was the last look that we shot as well, and I think we were nearly running out of time, and I'm like, there's no way we're not shooting
Oh no,
this
we
look.
shot 2 of them because we shot the bikini one with the 3 bikinis
Yes,
too.
yeah.
But this was the one that was really special.
And I
it's a
remember we
moment.
were gonna do a different hair, and I was like, we gotta do a blonde buzz cut or blonde short hair, because I almost wanted it to look like a little bit of a punk Barbie, you know? And this, you know, difference between this crazy hair and makeup with this pretty look that just works. And
it's very Barbie-con.
Well, we shot it in the Barbie-con era, you know?
I know.
Yeah, it was when the whole hype about Barbie was happening. This was for the Rabanne show in Paris.
Yeah.
This is the look where Lisa put her own glasses on.
It is. He had no idea. He
No.
never has any idea because I never tell him.
Well, she shouts at me for not sleeping, and so I got an hour's sleep, and it was when she was at the show. It was the last show of the day.
You put 'em
and
on.
so I was like, you know what, she's dressed. I can go to sleep for an hour. And I woke up, and this publication had done this video of her, and she's like, and Daniel doesn't know that I'm wearing the glasses, but he will when he wakes up. And I was like, but luckily they worked. But I remember I'm one of those stylists that sits on Getty Images and refreshes, and this look is fantastic, you know, it's amazing, but it's entire silk. And so I look at Getty Images, and the entire back had come undone, and I'm like,
Yeah.
luckily Lisa's the easiest and best person in the world and didn't give me a horror story about it, but there was...
Somebody came and fixed it
Yeah,
for me,
somebody
I
came and
think,
fixed.
and said, you know, your whole ass is showing.
Yeah, but who better than that to happen to than
That's
Lisa?
right. And then I want to tell you another thing. It was, again, like 90 degrees in this show.
Mm-hmm.
And I am sitting there, and I get up, and I am completely sweat through the dress. And it's like
Yeah.
silk,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So it is like dark all around my vagina area, right? And I mean, it is not cute. And I thought, shit, what am I gonna do? Because the little bag that's in my hand is not gonna cover anything. But luckily, I had also brought the glasses container is like a velvet chartreuse pouch. And I brought that with me, thank God, because when I went outside, there's like thousands of paparazzi. And I knew that they would shoot me, so I took that little bag and put it in front of my sweat-stained vagina, basically, and they didn't get it. Luckily, we survived
No, we avoided it. Oh my God, this was our first red carpet together. It was Jean-Paul Gaultier Couture, and it was for the Elton John AIDS Foundation party during Oscars week.
You were so excited for this look. I mean,
I did not sleep until I got my hands on this.
Were you scared I would say no to this?
I
possibly
was not going to let you say no. I
Yeah.
was like, I think I remember showing you it and you were so excited about it, but then I think when we tried it on for the first time, we didn't quite know where to put the arms.
We didn't. Remember, we had no idea, and you had to call them.
Yeah, because it was kind of coming off.
We
and
didn't
on
know
the
what to do, and they
chest.
said, "Oh, there's little slits in there."
Because we were like, what are those holes? And they were like, you put their arms through.
And I had little thimbles on every single finger on those gloves.
Right. Yeah. I think this was another look though where people were like, what the fuck is that? Like
They were.
They were,
They
of
were
course.
so freaked out by this. But then other people who like know fashion
Yeah.
were gagged. They were so
Yes.
gagged by it. Like
Gagged.
people that go to couture shows, there were a handful of
Of
them
course.
there.
And they were the people we want to impress, you know?
And they were coming up to me like bowing down.
And it was like amazing.
And it just worked.
Yeah.
It's so funny because people think that like I had some secret scheming plan.
Right.
That I went from Housewives and became this fashionista all of a sudden overnight. Now, truth be told, I have loved fashion since I grew up in Medford, Oregon and got my first, Mademoiselle in Vogue magazine. I have been a lover of fashion my whole entire life. And so it just took for fucking ever to get to this point.
Right.
Where I left the show and it was almost like I got out of prison and all of a sudden, I was like Gypsy Blanchard and everybody wants to work. No, it's true though. And everybody's like, we love her. We want to dress her. And seriously though, I don't know how it happened because everybody said no before.
Yeah, they did. And now they say yes, and we love it.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Tell us what you loved and what you hated in the comments. Actually, tell us really what you hated.
Tell us what
No,
you hated.
You're not going to hate it. It's all good. Be as sassy as you want. Be as cunty as you want. We don't care.